Yeah, I can't say I ever used this guy. His Super Trustmaster reward is pretty cool though. The Emperor's Emissary Citan's Trustmaster reward is his clothes. It has good attack, bad defense, and boosts your unit's land burst gauge fill rate. It's not super amazing, but it's fine. His Super Trustmaster reward is his glasses. This accessory has high attack, gives your unit a strong double hand boost, and when equipped onto Citan or his Brave Shift, gives him an extra 500 attack. Unfortunately, wearing 2 pairs of glasses won't give him more of that attack. On to his active abilities. Elemental Burst, Wind, buffs his wind damage by a whopping 150%. Fill Layer Burst, fills his Layer Burst. I have chosen my own path, will give him a super Layer Burst buff, and also a strong human and machine killer. You can't say that until turn 2 though. Kakadori deals wind damage that chains with Absolute Mirror of Equity, and inflicts a 130% wind imperil. Myogatsu deals a pretty strong blow. Passives. With his Trustmaster reward or Super Trustmaster reward equipped, Citan gains a lot of killers, and a whopping 1000 attack. This will pair nicely with the Omni killer he gets at EX plus 2, though without it, he only has 1 human killer and that's not as good. He does meet half the cap to land burst damage and the full cap for land burst regen. He prefers to carry a single weapon, meaning half the cap to the chain land boost. His normal attack has been changed to attack, dealing damage and filling his land burst gauge by a small amount. At EX plus 1, he gets Warring Spirit 2. At EX plus 2, he gets Omni Killer plus 1. At EX plus 3, he gets 500 attack. Let's look at his land burst. Inflicts a 30% Katana Imperil, a 130% Wind Imperil, and deals wind damage that gets stronger with another use. Time to change forms. Citan's Brave Shift has a 4-turn duration and a 4-turn cooldown. On to his active abilities. Rippu is the same thing as Kakadori, but stronger. Tensi deals wind damage that hits all enemies and chains the Bolting Strike, and inflicts a 120% Wind Imperil. Hyper Mode is unlocked at EX plus 2, buffing his Brave Shift's land burst damage modifier, raising his wind damage by 30% and his attack by 300%. Passives. He switched his human killer for a machine killer, and has gained some robot stats. Despite the incredible unarmed attack boost, carrying a weapon will often be stronger, benefiting not only from variants, but also weapon imperils. Let's look at his land burst. Inflicts a 30% Greatsword Imperil, gives him a strong machine killer, and deals wind damage. Let's rank Brave abilities. I'd prioritize Omega 100 for better passes, and then Rippu over Kakadori because it's stronger. You're gonna use both anyways though. Time to make a damage rotation. On turn 1, double cast Kakadori and cap with Myogatsu. On turn 2, cast I Have Chosen My Own Path, Elemental Burst, Wind, and Kakadori. On turn 3, activate his Brave Shift, and use his Land Burst. On turn 4, cast I Have Chosen My Own Path, fill Land Burst, and Rippu. On turn 5, use his Land Burst again. On turn 6, declare he's definitely chosen his own path, and double cast Rippu. You switch back to his base form, so stick with his wind attacks from here, letting everyone know he's chosen his own path whenever he's up to it. So, EX2, EX plus 2 unlocks Hyper Mode, giving him a potent damage modifier buff for his Brave Shift Slayer Burst. If you want to incorporate it into his rotation, then you'll want to pair it with Elemental Burst and Fill Layer Burst if needed. It also gives him Omni Killer plus 1, a great passive for any damage dealer. His glasses are pretty cool, especially for him, but other units might also be able to benefit from it, given its high attack and double hand passive. EX plus 3 is more attack, and expensive. So how good is the Emperor's Emissary Citan? He actually got buffed, and compared to Ellie, who got like one thing, Citan has a lot more changes to go through. His Sentence adds in a machine killer, and his locked passive gave him 1000 more attack. However, by declaring his path now has a machine killer, he loses the buff he would have gotten from his base Layer Burst, which, well, was a machine killer, but with 1 extra turn of duration. Speaking of which, his Layer Burst hit counts have also changed, decreasing in his base form, but increasing in his Brave Shift. The damage modifiers themselves remain the same. But these small shifts in offense have led to significant changes in defense. His robot defense passive is notably weaker, though I guess as a damage dealer it's not the worst thing that could have happened. Now that we've gone through his changes, let's look at his kit. He's heavily locked to wind, a big demerit, but his wind damage is nevertheless incredibly strong. It helps that he has Elemental Burst, unlike Ellie, who doesn't, and his passive killers can cover a pretty wide spectrum, especially at EX plus 2. Furthermore, as an attacker, Citan will also benefit from both Graph and its Trustmaster rewards, giving him an extra 1000 attack if you can equip both. But despite his strong kit, Citan does have notable flaws. After his burst damage, he'll have to rely on support, and his land burst cost is heavy. His land burst regen does help, though his MP regen may also face some issues, given Citan's high MP cost and not so high MP. These are relatively minor to being locked to win, but if the enemy's dead, then who's to complain? Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. Comment below if you summon the Emperor's Emissary Citan, and tell me who this Emperor is.